Good morning. Thanks so much for watching Living Local today. It is a bittersweet day for me as I say goodbye to all of you. So it just seemed fitting that we were here at the WBTW studio, the home base. I started here 10 years ago, if you can believe it or not, as the community liaison in marketing. And I have slowly been able to do so many different jobs and now be the host of Living Local Carolina. It has been so much fun. So today we are going to kind of walk down memory lane. I'm going to bring Charles in, who is my videographer, who you all know and love. I'd take him along for everything. The poor guy's had to deal with me for 2 years now. So I'm going to bring him on in, but also, you know, I wanted to thank all of you for allowing me to be in your home for the last 2 years. Crazy hair and all. I know you were thinking it. So I appreciate it. It's meant the world to me. As many of you know, I'm born and raised in the area, so doing stories with my people in my community has been a dream come true. So what's next for me and for the show? Well, I'm happy to tell you that the show will continue on. You guys will get to meet your new host shortly, and you'll still see my face for a little bit. So it's like I'm still here. So we'll have some re-airs that continue to run, so you'll still see me for those, but all of the original stories will sadly not be with me. So yeah, can't wait for you guys to meet your new host. I hear she's amazing. And then as far as me, who knows what the world has in store for me. So I don't have anything lined up right now. I'm looking forward to some time at home with my little ones who you all have seen on the show. So getting some downtime, and I am looking. So hey, if you know of anything, let me know. You know, we started this show from scratch when they decided that they wanted to create a show that was not like news, that was a lifestyle show that was kind of out and about, shot on location. We actually didn't know how to kind of start this. So we actually went to Charleston. They were doing a lifestyle show, so I went there to train, and we started it from scratch here at the station. And it's been so fun being able to be creative and kind of create something that wasn't done here before. Many people don't realize that we do everything ourselves. So Charles and I, we shoot these things and we actually edit them together ourselves. What's great about that is the fact that we are able to see a story through completion. So we kind of get attached in a way because we do these stories, we meet these people, and it's really important to us that we do them justice and we do right by them. So the fact that we're able to edit these stories, you know, it gives us a really special responsibility to the folks that we go out and meet and do stories with. So in a way, that's really cool that we do that. Also, you know, when we started it, a lot of people here at the station will tell you that I don't like to script anything. So whenever we meet with businesses ahead of time and kind of discuss, well, where do you want to meet? What would you like to talk about? A lot of times they'll say, well, can you send me a list of questions? Or, you know, what do we say or what do we talk about? And a lot of times they'll say, well, no, I really don't like to do that. I like to just talk and let everything be in the moment, because I feel like that's when people give their genuine reactions and responses to things. And I feel like that's so much more genuine to folks watching at home. That's the raw emotion that you get from people. And I love adding in funny moments that happen because of it being raw like that. So many will tell you that I am not a script person. I'm actually very horrible if we try and stick to a script. Another thing is I've really tried to keep the show casual. So, you know, I want it to have a totally different look than news, and I want people to kind of get to know me as a person when we do the show. So that's why many times you'll see my family in the show, and my kids and my husband and my parents. And I feel like that's important because I want people to know who I am as a person and get to know my life so that, you know, we feel a little bit more connected to each other. And so I feel like that's really helped when I have run into viewers, you know, out and about, because they already kind of feel like they know me, and I love that so much. That's such a great compliment and what I'm going for, you know, with the show, because what you see is what you get. I'm a very similar person on air as off air, so I hope that comes through with the show. So of my favorite things about this show have been seeing you guys out and about, actually. I never thought that I would be recognized anywhere, so that was a really fun experience for me when many of you would come over and chat with me about your favorite stories that I've ran, or even just about asking how my family was, because you have to remember I went through pregnancy and marriage and all sorts of stuff while filming the show. So the person that you guys see sometimes, but not nearly enough, is Charles, the videographer extraordinaire behind the scenes of Living Local. He's done a couple of stories where you've seen him, like his awesome Atalaya documentary, or his tips for your phone and all that good stuff, but he does so much more for me, and he has stuck with me all the time. So we have gotten very close over time. Lots of funny moments and memories and behind the scenes going on. So I want to bring him out because it's only fitting that he go through those memories with me. So Charles, get on out here. Here he comes. I'm gonna hold the stool because it rolls away.
It does roll away. I can't believe you make me do this.
So I had to force
I'm not even in the right
Charles
attire.
to do this.
So.
That's okay. He wasn't planning on doing it, but we all understand. So that's why he's not wearing a News13 thing. Hopefully management will be okay with this. They'll be understanding. But I had to bring Charles on because he's been with me the whole time. We are two peas in a pod. So it's like, you know, you guys see me the majority of the time, but he's always there too. So I figured it'd be fun to kind of talk about some of our favorite moments and stories, because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of silly moments. So I know you and I kind of talk about some of our favorite stories sometimes in general, and I think we can both agree that Tigers sticks out as one of the most memorable stories, right?
That was super fun. Yeah.
So of course, you know, if you guys have been on the Tiger King train and you know all the stuff that's been going on, we did 2 stories over there at the Tigers. You know, we went over there with Doc Antle and got to interview him twice and do the tours, the day tour and the night tour. And, you know, I mean, obviously there's a lot of good and bad that circulates with that whole thing, but it was still super memorable.
It was fun. I mean, seeing those cats that close.
Yeah.
That was amazing, yeah.
It was really cool, and quite the setup that they have there. I mean, we're talking this, you would not know that you were in South Carolina.
No, it was like you were in a tropical paradise.
Yeah, and yeah, the 9/11 story where we got with one of the firefighters that, you know, responded to the 9/11 day. You know, hearing his story and his wife's story, and you know, you guys saw them kind of break down on camera, but you didn't see me breaking down off camera, because that was such an emotional story, and I just kind of lost it there for a little bit, and you know, it was definitely touching, right?
Yeah.
I think the one that you and I kind of joked the most about is being attacked by, what are they, flies or gnats?
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes, right, mosquitoes.
Yes, I bring this one up all the time because I laugh at how funny it was. It wasn't at the time. I was really kind of annoyed because you were swatting yourself continuously in this swamp. And Rainee's over here trying to interview and talk, and she's constantly flapping and doing this and that, and you could see the mosquitoes landing on her. And I'm trying to not laugh. I'm holding it in.
So the backstory of this is we were at Calmia Gardens in Hartsville, and beautiful gardens, super cool place. Nothing bad to say about, you know, the actual story or the location. But we went on it had just stormed, and so everything was still wet, kind of in the ditches, kind of around there, and so it just attracted thousands upon millions of mosquitoes. So we were down there walking around. We had our great tour guide giving us a story and all the tidbits of everything. But we were, I mean, literally, there had to be hundreds of mosquitoes on us. I mean, there was no swatting them away. You just had to deal with them being on you. I called him once I went back to watch the footage because I was in my kitchen dying laughing, and my husband kept walking by and he was like, what is so funny? Because I was just giggling nonstop, and I had to call Charles and say, you've got to watch this raw footage because we're just dying. It's just hilarious. So you know, I understand that you kind of had to be there, but it's quite the sight. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me and letting me be a part of your lives for the last 2 years. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I've met so many great people. I hope that you will be just as welcoming to the new host, and I wish her well and the best of luck. If you'd like to keep in touch with me, you can find me on Facebook, send me an email. I would love to hear from you. And for my final time, thanks so much for watching Living Local. Goodbye and God bless.